Morning guys, we are going to open up Vcarve and get started with a file for the airplane project that we're working on. We got to cut the stabilizers, so vertical and horizontal stabilizers. I'm going to create a new file and I'm going to set my width to 3 and the height to 4, which is our vertical stabilizer. I'm going to put the datum position in the upper right hand corner for a change right here. Hit OK, and then we're going to get started drawing. It started with a line, and the location of this line, we're going to create the starting point and the ending point, and it's going to create a line for us that represents the instructions or the line that matches the instructions. So the location for starting for X is 0, which would be right on this vertical edge of our material. So, and the Y position for that first point is going to be -3. We're supposed to come 3 inches down. I'm going to hit the add button and you'll see that I've got a little rubber band attached to that point. I'm now going to change my X position to 1.5 inches and my Y position to 0, which should be right up here. So I'm going to put a 0 in here. And I hit add, and you'll notice that it created a line for me from this location to this location, which is -3, 0x to positive 1.5x and 0 on the Y, because that's our origin right up there. I'm going to hit, just keep clicking now actually, and just draw a box. It's going to snap to these and close that in. Let's do a select all just to make sure that they're joined. We're going to hit this button right here, make sure that those are all connected, and we already are, so we're closed. I'm going to grab the fillet command, which is right here, and I'm going to set it to 1/2 inch and create some fillets on these 3 corners just to give it a little more interesting shape. Okay, close that out. Now, because our piece of balsa wood is exactly this size, I'm going to offset it 1/16 of an inch and just make this tiny bit smaller so that it actually cuts it out. So if you remember, the offset command is down here. All right, we need to select the item we want to offset, and I'm going to go inwards, and 1/16 of an inch is 0.0625. I'm going to hit delete the original, hit offset, and you'll see that we've got a new shape that's just going to fit inside the borders of our piece. Going to hit close, hit file, save. We're going to put this in our airfoil folder. So let me find the tech drive, student folders, find mine. You would be doing the same. Find your intro folder, and your airfoil project really should be called the plane project. And I'm going to put last name vertical. Hit save. We're going to actually have to export this as an Illustrator file as well, which is going to be the next step. So I'm going to go to File, Export to AI, Adobe Illustrator, and oops, I need to select the vector first. Apologize. Export to AI, and we're going to save it to that same folder. It's just going to create an Illustrator file. All right, that takes care of that for the vertical. We're going to do a similar thing with the horizontal stabilizer, and let's go ahead and jump into that. So I'm going to go to File, New. The stock for the horizontal stabilizer is 9x3. The height is 3 in this case, and the width is 9. And actually I should have set the thickness to 1/8, but it really doesn't matter because it's going to get dealt with at the laser cutter. So my position is also going to be in the upper left hand corner this time. Hit OK. We're going to do something similar, and we're going to grab our line tool here. Our starting point is 0 again. It's -1 this time for the Y. Oops, I'm sorry. Yeah, -1. And we hit add. We should get a snap to there. We're going to come in 3.5 this time, so our x is going to be positive 3.5 for our second location. Our y goes back to 0. We hit add, and we can see our line here. Okay, so 3.5 plus 3.5 is 7, so we need another line to go 2 inches further here. So continuing around, we would say for the x, we're going to add 2 inches to this, so that would be 5.5, and we're still at 0 for the y, so you can see that. We now need to come down 1 inch in the y, but go all the way to 9 in the x. So we're going to say 9 and -1. And now I'm going to snap to these corners to close this off. We've got our shape. I'm going to select the whole thing just to make sure they're all connected. Hit the join button. Whoops, this one. All right. Hit close. Once again, we'll throw some fillets in on just these edges. This time we'll leave the back edges sharp, and we'll leave those sharp. We'll just round those a little bit. And we'll grab our offset, and we're going to set it to 0.0625 inward. We're going to delete the original. Select this guy, hit OK, and we're going to be inside. Whoops. Close. So we got that set. Should be good to go. All right, File, Save. This one is going to be horizontal. So I'm just going to say Dairy W horizontal, save. Once again, we need to select it, go to File, go to Export, Adobe Illustrator in the same folder, and hit Save. I'm going to make another video to show you how to deal with those Illustrator files, but that wraps up the Vcarve portion.